Sometimes you just need a morning to look after your plants.
Shining through the matter-of-fact young started a train of thought that may seem pretty obvious to the reader who knows the ropes. An advertisement in an office of Mademoiselle Edith, who began by offering me to choose a kindred soul from a collection of rather formal photographs. When I pushed the album away and somehow managed to complete my comparative history of French literature for these days, I see them divided tidily and unknowingly by now. A dreadful breakdown sent me to a sanatorium for more than a year.
So I don't really know what I'm doing, but my mum is quite good with planting things, and she's kind of given me a few tips here and there, so I kind of just do what she says and work kind of intuitively. So yeah, when I water my plants, I always put them in my sink so they can drain, so that they're not just like sitting in water. Just things like that. That's my mum's tip. I think it's pretty successful actually. What I'm gonna do right now is repot this one in a bigger pot, because I don't know if you can see that, but the roots are coming out the bottom, so it's basically outgrowing this pot. I mean, it's doing very well, as you can see. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in a bigger pot. For this one, I've had to kind of trim it a little bit because a lot of it was dying, and I think it's because I've been putting it on the windowsill in my bathroom, and I think it's just too hot. So I think I'm gonna move it to some place a bit more dim, and now I'm just gonna top up the soil, because I've noticed that there's a lot of the roots exposed. I think I read somewhere that with ferns you do have to top up the soil. Maybe I'm making that up, but I'm gonna top up the soil for this one. And then this little thing fell off one of my bigger plants. It's the one that's on my bookshelves. Basically I just put it in water and then it grows roots, and then once it's grown enough roots you plant it in the soil. So that's really exciting. I'm gonna have another one of these plants. I did the exact same thing with this one. So that is the plan for today. I don't know how successful all of this is gonna be. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but yeah, I'll do my best despite my lack of green fingers and general know-how. Hi, Suki. Oh. I'll try and work with my children in the room, but I might have to get them to leave. What do you think? Nice, right? Okay, so I was looking for a bigger version of this. I know that we had them because I've seen some out there, but I don't think we have any left, and I don't have a driver's license, so I can't drive myself to the garden centre. Yeah, I really need to get a driver's license. But I just found this, and it's got a hole, so really good for water drainage, and I think it will really suit this one. It's very wide with all its little legs, and it's quite flat, so I think this one will really suit it. It's kind of more wide than it is tall, so I think this might actually be perfect. You could tell it's kind of worn and a little bit old, but I really like the look of it, and I can put it in a really nice dish. So I think this might work out pretty nicely. Wow, look at that.
That had our demented diarist gone in the fatal summer of 1947. I have no intention to glorify H.H. Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins. Lolita. Had I not loved one summer a certain initial girl child in a Princeton by the sea? Grandfathers had sold wine, jewels, and silk, respectively, when I was 3, and save for a pocket of warmth in the darkest past. Indicative of places or persons made unlifted in accordance with his wearer's wish.
I have another essay to do after just finishing the last one last week. But the good news is it is my last essay of my first year of university. I pretty much ran out of steam in April, and I think that's because if I was to finish in June is the typical time for universities to break up for summer. I feel like I would have had that motivation, you know, because I would have only had 2 months left. But because of how the Open University works, I've been working from October and I'll be finishing on the 10th of September. Basically the reason for that is it's a part-time degree, so you're supposed to do each year in 2 years, so you're only supposed to do 1 module a year. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to take 6 years to do a degree. It's just been a whole year of having essay after essay after essay with pretty much no rest in between. Although that might be perfectly fine and doable for some people, I'm just not that person. I just find myself getting so run down and drained. My glands will flare up if I do too much work in a week. I guess I'm proud of myself for pushing through and getting in all the essays I needed to. And I also have so much appreciation for the fact that I'm studying with the Open University. I don't want this to come across like I'm just complaining. I know I am complaining, I guess, but the Open University has given me the opportunity to get a degree. It was literally the only way that I could do it because I don't have A-levels. They are so understanding. The point of the Open University is to accommodate everyone's needs. I'm just tired, and just seeing my friends all finish in June and I'm still having to do essays. I was on holiday for about 3 weeks, which was amazing, as you'll see in this video. I had such a good time, but during those 3 weeks I actually was supposed to be preparing for an assessment, which you saw me do in my last video. So although it was lovely, the whole time I was like, well, I feel guilty because I'm not actually on holiday. I'm supposed to be at home working and, you know, putting effort into my degree, and I'm just here, you know, doing no work at all. But I also was lucky enough to go to some really lovely places and see my friends. Me and my friends got up to some really nice stuff and actually got some pretty good footage. The highlights, shall we say.
Being 15 years. So it's a book by Isaac Asimov. His books were like leagues ahead of their time.
Like the Lord of the Rings, the epic fantasy.
Yeah. Although I've never read Lord of the Rings.
Me neither, I just love the movies.
I watched about 20 minutes of the film. They're good films though. I do like what I've seen.
I've had a good time and I laughed a lot and I experienced a lot, and just today it's been really nice. I've just sat on this swing seat and listened to Lolita, which I started when I was away. I have a lot to be grateful for, but I also am a big believer in, you know, not sugarcoating things. Like last night I was laying in bed and I was just recognizing the fact that in that moment I was just really unhappy. Most likely it's just because, like I said, I've just been drained. But I guess that's why I wanted to just take this day to rest as best as I could. Self-care, you know? Or should I say plant care? Because obviously I did a lot of plant nurturing. I'm trying to be present and mindful today because I want to be positive, and you know, right now I am feeling better because of just choosing to do things that make me feel happy. But I think I'm not going to deny the fact that I am stressed and tired. You're not going to be joyful all the time, and it's amazing when I can just wake up and be really productive and not feel like heavy. And I can go months just being in that space of feeling joy, and then I just get weeks or months like this where I'm just kind of a little bit low and things just seem to be more difficult. I feel like the best way I can describe it is with a generic metaphor. When the sun is shining, you can feel the warmth on your skin and everything lights up, like all the leaves on the trees, and everything seems to almost sparkle. Everything's rosy and warm and just beautiful. I mean, it's happening right now. And then you know, the sun goes behind a cloud and everything just becomes a little bit deflated and dim, almost more flat. You're looking at the same thing, like I'm looking at the garden, and it's the same garden. It's arguably no less beautiful, but it's just, it doesn't have that warmth. And that's kind of how I feel. When the sun's out, I'm all good, but then I'm not quite as good when it goes away. But today is a good day, so I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Shoulder blades, and managed to suck in everything between the two events was but a series of gropings and blunders and false rudiments of joy. Everything they shared made one of them. That was my low, she said, and these are my lilies. Yes, I said, yeah. May 30th is a fast day by proclamation in New Hampshire, but not in the Carolinas. Then a curled bit of milk bottle glass resembling a snarling lip, and chucked them at a can. Oh, marvellous.